like for YouTube editing. Like I only know like the bare minimum. That's it.
But that's, I mean, do you really need to know more than that?
No, but I would like to.
Okay, so when someone's as popular as you are and
Yes.
continuing to grow
Yeah.
and get followers and following, because there's a difference. You know, there's a difference, right?
Yes.
I deal with so
I
many
get it.
athletes.
Yeah.
There's a difference between followers and a following.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you tell your followers to go out and buy something, they're not going to do it. Not you per se, but just a regular athlete that has followers.
Right.
But a following.
I influence people.
Exact. I hate that word though.
But I do. Like
it seems mad scummy.
And it sucks because like that's like my title now. I'm like I'm an influencer. Like I influence people to do things. And it's I have to be careful of everything I say.
Well, yeah, because you're impressionable to other people now.
Correct.
So like everything that you're gonna say, oh shit, she only eats asparagus. Wait, she's on Fit Tea for meal 3. I gotta have that. So yeah, as you continue to grow, what I do and what so many other creators do, that's a job for you. Like, it's cool to learn it.
Yes.
I know, I feel like you got that nerdy side. You want to...
I am a little nerdy. That's the thing. Like, don't forget I'm an accountant. I am a fucking bookworm. Like, I like that stuff. So I'm just like... And also, just because, like, I want to get more YouTubes out. Does that make sense? And, like, having someone edit all the time, like, at the end of the day, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm trying to learn, like, the little, like, tricks to try to make it seem like, not that it was professionally done, but, like, at least you can watch it and be like, oh, this is a good video.
Oh, this was good. Yeah, I like this.
You know what I mean? Like, not bad. Like, you know, like a C+. Like, that's all right.
But I think you get the hint of it now. What do you use to edit?
Final Cut Pro.
Okay, Final Cut's cool.
Yeah.
It's like the upgraded version of iMovie. So, you know,
it's like easy enough.
Yeah, and it's got more than enough, like, just get plugins from sites. Just get different plugins to just make it easier. Every big name person uses that shit. They use plugins. They use shit like that. No one's sitting there
actually doing like the transitions and the generators and all that.
Yeah, and if they are,
no,
y'all are wasting your time, man. Make your life a little easier. Pay the money. Just get a plugin. It's so easy.
Literally, you pay like what like a monthly thing, and it's like a template.
Yeah, there's mad good sites that you can just get plugins for.
So that's what I started doing, and I'm hopefully gonna like start doing it more often now. It's like my worst pet peeve, I think. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a YouTube, and I have all this content. I literally have like since the beginning of this year content that I've literally just never released because either like I'm too lazy to edit, or like I've never got someone else to do it, or I don't know, I don't have time. It sucks. Well, we'll get into it, but since I quit my job, it's like, what else are you doing, Sabrina? Like, what are you doing during the day?
I'm sure there's still a lot to be done, though.
Oh, yeah, no, there is.
Because there's a lot of people that look at your stories or they look at your lifestyle.
Correct.
And they sit there and they go, she's got it made. It's easy. And
no, it's not.
I can't stress that enough. No one really, like, okay, maybe some people have it easy, but there's really a very few that have it easy. Because even when you're negotiating deals and keeping up with your physique and training and trying to onboard new ways to have multiple streams of income, that's a lot of fucking work. And before you notice it, like, oh shit, it's 8 o'clock at night.
Yep.
It's 9 o'clock at night. I do have to sleep. You know, don't listen to all these Instagram influencers and these fucking YouTubers. I can't stand these people. We all got to sleep. Okay?
I'm still in bed by 9. Sorry.
Are you in bed by 9?
Yes, I'm in bed by 9.
Oh, man, I wish.
9, 10 o'clock, I'm in bed.
I'm such a night owl. And I'm an early morning riser. So it's the worst of both worlds.
Just don't work on sleep.
I don't. And then when I had my editing in my bedroom, before I had the office and the space and everything like that, I would literally be playing Xbox until 11, 12 o'clock at night just to kind of disconnect my brain.
Right.
And then all the boys would sign off. All right, good night, boys, night. I'd be sitting there, and I look to my left, and my computer's just sitting there on, and I go, I could finish that video from the other day. Like, I could bang it out, and then I would edit till 4 or 5 in the morning, go to sleep for like 3 hours, wake up at 8, 9 a.m., and I would start the day over again. What shoots do we have to do? What other edits? Like, what other stuff? And then, obviously, it turned into the podcast, and it turned into having large contracts with different clients, and
which is all good things. We make it sound like it's a lot, but it's
all blessings, But you know, I was talking to somebody today on the phone about some business stuff and upcoming projects and whatnot.
Yeah,
and he had mentioned to me, nobody understands what the owner goes through. They don't.
No.
They don't understand what the head of the company goes through.
No.
And I mean, it's one of one. It's me. So it's just me. I'm trying to get the team together. It's hard to find good help. So I'm trying to really make the right decisions in terms of getting good editors, getting good shooters, getting good people that you can trust.
Right.
And that want to work the same grind that we do, which is far and few between with certain things.
I feel like that's like absent nowadays.
It's very absent, especially after COVID. COVID made everybody lazy.
Correct.
And we all got a touch of it. We all got a touch of being able to kick our feet up, relax,
Like,
drink whiskey, play Xbox, like whatever your vice was during COVID. Everybody hit into their own little angle of viceness.
I mean, I never stopped, but yeah, I mean, because like all of our work went on like online, so we all did work from home. So like for me, it got worse, and like that's what I was gonna say. Like you were nonstop, like you were working. So I was obviously. I feel like no one knows. So like I'm a Big Four auditor. Well, I was.
This is Sabrina, everybody.
Yeah. By the way,
this is Sabrina. I'm very happy to have her. Sabrina Nic, which I just found, like, just realized.
It's not Sabrina and Nick. It's Sabrina Nicole.
Yeah, it's not
and
Sabrina
Nick.
and Nick. It's Sabrina Nic.
So I was a Big Four auditor. Yes. Literally went to school. Wait, actually, this is also my second time being like an influencer that no one knows.
Really? What were you an influencer with first?
So I was 2017. I started my fitness page and it blew up. Way back then, I had different sponsorships and like it wasn't that big either. It was like 16,000 followers, but it was still a following.
I've been grinding on Instagram since 2011, and I have 7,050 followers.
All right,
that's a good following.
Yeah. So like, yeah. So way back when, I started then, and then I went ghost to focus on school, and a lot of people don't know that either. So I had to like kind of make a decision, and it was like, all right, do I continue influencing at the time? Because like Instagram was so new, like social media was very new, and I was like, all right, do I have a career or do I continue influencing? So I was like, you know what? Let me just go get my degrees, and if anything, I can always start this up again.
And if you don't mind me interrupting, where did you go to school?
SUNY Westbury.
Oh, nice.
So actually, I did Nassau for 2 years. I got my associates. Yep.
Save the money. Love that. Save the money.
I did not spend money on college, but I mean, I'm still in debt. But anyway, so then I finished my bachelor's at SUNY Westbury, and I have my master's. So again, like I am a bookworm, and no one knows that I am into fitness, but I'm also very smart, and everyone forgets that. And I have the whole business aspect part of it. So I've worked my entire life since I was like 14, 15. I worked my way up in accounting, literally got to a Big Four. I was in like the corporate world. I was like super business. I was like, all right, I'm there. And all of a sudden I started posting TikToks. So then the TikTok started going crazy. I got into crazy shape. And then all the sponsorships came along. It was literally like insane. I don't even know how it happened. It was something like everyone always dreams of. You know, you look at an influencer and you're like, damn, like they have the life. You know, and I was like, always like, yeah, that'd be really cool. Like, easy way to make money. You're doing what you love. Like, this is great. But in the back of my head, and of course, my parents are just like, nah, you need a degree and you need a job.
Yeah.
And that was like always in the back of my mind. No, you need like a safe, you need a 401k, you need to retire. Yeah.
Stability.
Because
they could drop you at the.
Correct.
I don't even know. They could drop you at the drop of a hat. Is that it?
Yes.
I guess everyone's wearing hats at corporate jobs now. Drop you at the drop of a hat.
Literally, they can fire you at any second. But anyway, that was stability for me. So I was doing those two things for a while. And then finally, I got fed up with the corporate world. Influencing was doing really good. All my sponsorships, which I'm super thankful for, kind of like took over. And I finally was able to quit my job. So like now I am full-time influencer, but I was doing those crazy work hours from literally. So this is what like topped me off. So I had 3 busy seasons since September. So that means that I was working like on 3 different audits from September to about February, March. And that means there were weeks where I was working like 80 hours a week. So I was working till in the office, because some people they don't want you working from home. They want you working till literally like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'd be in the office till 2 a.m. and then back at 8. And I was like, this is horrible. For the amount of money I'm making, this is a horrible way of living. And like, not to shoot anyone down, but I was like, this is not for me.
Some people love that. Some people love that.
No.
I got to grind it out in the office and do the busy work and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people that kind of have the epiphany that you did, wake up and they go, I can't do this shit.
No.
But there's a lot of people that wake up, say the same thing that you did, and then they don't do anything about it.
Correct.
And then they're stuck and they're miserable. And then they become old and feel undervalued from their entire life's work, as if it was all for nothing, or they get dropped later on in life for somebody younger that's fresh out of college that they can get for, a quarter of the price.
Exactly.
And they just sit there and they go, what did I do? I
missed out
slaved
on so
away.
much. Yep.
I slaved away my whole life. So it's not easy to make the decision that you made.
No.
It may seem like it is.
No, it was not an easy decision, but it was totally worth it. And I look back and I'm like, wow, I really was like missing out on life. Like the little things, like being able to attend things or not always being like, oh no, I have to work, or just, being able to go grocery shopping when like there are still things in stock. Like it's stupid things like that, but I'm just like, I'm enjoying life, or like I'm able to walk my dog now. Like I go in the morning, I go at night. Like it's a way better way of life, I would say.
I remember seeing your posts of you in the corner, like in the apartment,
Yes.
with your little setup,
Yes.
and how you'd be there all day.
Yes.
You'd literally leave to just go do cardio or go to Bev's to train,
Correct.
and then you'd come back,
Yep.
and you'd be right back in that little corner
Yes.
again.
So I have that in my apartment, which is like basically this area right here. This and the audit room was exactly the same. And picture like 5 of us in here, like back to back. And that was like, we did not leave the audit room. And same thing with my apartment. We wouldn't leave unless it was like for food. That's it. So when I was this was actually going back to like when I was going to compete. So like I got thrown into an audit and I was working 80 hours a week, and I was literally in this room and people were like, oh, like why'd you stop? Like, oh, like everyone thinks like, I guess little of me because I didn't continue with the prep. But I was like, guys, if you're stuck working 80 hours a week in this room, how am I supposed to train? How am I supposed to do cardio? How am I supposed to like stay on a meal plan when you're literally stressing at 2:00 in the morning about bank statements? Like it's stupid. But I was like, no, I can't do it anymore. Like I have to just eat, focus on work. And that's what was making me money at the time. And it was very important to me.
And then the cortisol levels are just through the roof because you're stressed all the
Stressed.
time, having to just keep up with the workflow,
Yeah, no.
appease and please the bosses, and make sure that everything is going well, and you have your own life that you're trying to actually live.
Exactly. So not only are you holding stress, like holding water from stress, then you're sitting in a chair for like 14 hours a day. So like, can you imagine how much water I was holding after the first week? I was like, no, like there's no point. I was like, what, 4 weeks out at the time? 4 weeks. And I was like, it's fine. Like I can always do this. Like the stage is always there. It's not a big deal.
So I tell a lot of people.
always
Stage is
there.
always going to be there. You don't have,
Nothing's going to change.
like, are you 50? Are you 40 years old? Like, you got plenty of time.
By the way, I'm 24.
Yeah, okay, yeah. She got more time than I do if I decide to step back on stage. My old ass, 31 years old this month.
Only 24, but I'm going to take a sip of this.
Uh-oh. The orange dreamsicle.
Oh, it's good. It tastes exactly like the ice cream, actually.
Exactly.
Like, on point.
I'll give you some rainbow sherbet, and I have the limited flavor that's only available in Hawaii now, or on Amazon, the Lilikoi Leche.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Is that the leche? Leche?
I don't... Wait.
No, leche is Spanish.
I was going to say.
Yeah,
that sounds...
Lychee. There was a lot of leche in Hawaii because they have such Asian influence and culture down there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I knew, but I didn't realize. My buddy, when I was down in Hawaii, took me to, they had this, underneath the mall, they had this underground food court of all authentic Japanese spots.
That's pretty cool.
Rows and rows of just stands, all written in Japanese, and it was wild. I tried takoyaki the first time I ever tried takoyaki there, which is do you like seafood? It's better than chicken breast and asparagus all day.
That's what I
like. It's like a little dough ball with octopus on the inside of it.
Okay. I'm sorry, you're talking to Argentinian. We like steak.
She's not Argentinian. You see her? She comes on my podcast. She lies. Don't lie. We're an open forum. We're all trying to be authentic with each other.
No, literally Argentinian and Italian.
I love that.
Yeah, so
I love that. I love the mixing of cultures. It's so awesome.
Yeah, no. So that's another thing too. I feel like even though I'm in the bodybuilding world, people forget I love food. Like I'm from Spanish and Italian. We get like the best of both worlds. Like you want empanadas and you want pasta, pizza, like in the middle of everything.
We got everything. So let me ask you, parents, who's Argentinian?
Both my parents were both born in Argentina.
Okay, so the Italian side's up the lineage.
Not that bad actually. My grandma was born in Italy. My grandfather was from Hungary.
Oh, cool.
So there's some Hungarian in there. And then the other side was Argentina. So it's like a mix. And there's some Polish in there. But mostly just I speak Spanish because I'm Argentinian, so Castellano. and then Italian. So those are the two.
And you were born here? Or
I was born here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was the one.
That'd be cool if you were down there for a little while, though.
We did go in 2017, but I don't know if I would go back to live there. I don't know. I hear great things about it lately.
I'm weird when it comes to traveling.
Why?
I've been to so many places around the world. I love France. I love Switzerland. Italy was cool.
Bro, you just said the opposite of everything. Usually I hear like great things about Italy, and France is like, eh.
No, I love France. But I also spoke French. Like, this
Oh.
is when I was heavy in it in college. Yeah, I didn't keep up with it, so I don't remember a lot of it.
That was the hardest language to ever learn.
French?
So, yes.
Yeah.
I'm good at Spanish. I'm good at Italian. French, nah.
Well, the funny thing with that was that it was a study abroad program, and the teacher's son came on the trip with us.
Got it.
Super dope. Loved him. I loved Janet and her son. Everybody was so cool. But he spoke a lot of different languages. He spoke Italian. He spoke Spanish. But then when we got to France, he didn't speak French. So he would try to be like the big shot, with everybody. Because with the group of kids, everyone would look at him and be like, yo, tell us how to get here. Talk to the locals. And he wouldn't be able to. Right. So he would. And then French people get offended very easily. It's interesting to like watch. So I'd be in the back just sitting there, and he was like, all right, Nick, come here. I'm like, all right. So I talk to the French person. I'd be like, yo, je parle français a little bit. I speak a little bit. Like, how do we get here? He said something about the French Quarter. We wanted to go to the French Quarter because that's where they do absinthe shots and they get crazy. Yeah. It's right by Notre Dame.
Okay.
So we're trying to get there, and he said, Latin Quarter. How do we get to the Latin Quarter? But the way that he said it was, how do we get to the Latin Quarter? Not, how do you quartier latin? So switching the words.
Okay, so it sounded wrong.
So the guy hated that he was saying it wrong. So then I came out and I said it with the quartier latin. The quartier latin, this way. You go this way. He's like, yo, fuck you, Nick. I was like, yo, man, listen, you gotta know how to speak to these people.
They don't want tourists in their area.
And then we had a little run-in with French gangsters.
Really?
French gangsters in Nice. That was wild. So we're trying to find clubs. To find clubs in Nice, and it was the off season. Nice is like a beach town. It's like Long Beach. It's like what are the beach towns there? I don't know. Beach town. It's just like a destination spot. Like there's
like Ocean City type of thing.
Exactly.
Okay,
yes, it has to be in season for it to be popping.
Okay, makes sense.
So we got there, and it was like fucking dead. It was like literally dead. There was like nobody around. So we're walking around trying to find spots to go to, and we find this little hole in the wall bar. And the kids that I'm with, they're all college kids. A lot of these kids, they're not cultured. They don't go. This is their first time traveling outside the U.S. They don't know what's going. You got to have a certain awareness about you. Just like keep your head on a swivel, keep your head on straight. Don't disrespect other people in their country, their territory, which is how you should live anyway.
I was gonna say
you should live like that anyway. But unfortunately, you have to remind people of that. And if something happens, like a disagreement, an argument, you got to throw your hands up. You're in their territory, man.
Right.
Their police. My bad, dude. No. We're good. Like, I don't want to fuck with you. There's no problems.
No one's backing you up.
No one's backing you up. We got a small group of kids, young ass kids in college that barely anybody has any streetwear withal.
Yeah.
So we walk into this spot, and I say hey to the bouncer in French. He gave me a nod, like, oh, you're cool. Like, we're good. Okay. And then we get through, and it was honestly maybe double the size of my office. It was small.
Oh, and so they were like sardines in there.
Yeah, there were a couple of tables, and then the bar. And you just saw it was like that. It was like that moment in a movie where the group of people walk in and the beer bottle drops in the background, and you just hear it like hit the ground, and everyone just like looks at you. Like, what are these kids doing here?
Right.
So we walk in, and then the woman at the front goes, you have to check your coats. So I said, all right. So I take my coat off, whatever the rules are, whatever you want to do. And she said something like it was like 30 euros to check the coat.
Okay.
That's expensive, man.
I mean, I don't know the translation.
Well, now, I mean, I think the euro and the dollar are 1-to-1. So, like, just think of it like that. $30 to check your coat.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever
is it bad? I don't know what it is now.
That's not great. Well, I mean, it's just not great. It's just not great. You should be able to just, honestly, they should just take your coat.
Right.
And you'd throw them $5 at the end of the night.
No, that makes sense.
So I'm just like, all right, whatever. 30 euros. Cool. So I'm about to take the money out. And one of the kids I was with, they're taking his coat from him. He's like, nah, don't fucking touch me. Like he like elbows them and shit. And then
over a coat?
Because he was just overreacting. And I think financially he didn't want to pay it,
Okay,
whatever it
makes
was.
sense. Nope.
But like, you got to like use your words. You don't like shimmy out and like throw elbows, especially at the girl at the front desk. And then the back door opens up and like 4 big ass dudes come out. And I'm like, oh, this is it. This is where Nick gets killed in a bar in Nice in the off season. They're never going to find me. Like, that's it. So they come out. And one of the bouncers grabs the kid. I went, oh. So with as much French as I could like muster up in a nerve-wracking situation, I'm like, he's stupid. Please. I'm like, we're good. Like, he didn't mean it. We'll go. I was like, you could keep the euros that we paid you already, whatever it is.
Smart.
And the dude in broken English goes, because of you, he'd not get fucked up. I'm like, okay, we're out. I'm like, let's go. Everybody out. Fuck your coat. Leave it. I'm like, leave it. It's theirs now. I don't care. I'll buy you one when we go back to the States. So traveling... Moral of the story. I enjoy traveling. I really do. I like seeing new areas, but I've never been somewhere where I'm just like, oh, I could just stay here forever. I love coming home. Even in this,
Really?
even in, I'm going to LA next week with Kai. Even traveling within the states, I've gone to Colorado, California, Arizona, Florida a bunch.
Yeah.
I've been to Atlanta. I've been to a lot of places, Texas, and every time I go, yeah, it's dope here. I miss New York. I miss Long Island. I do. I know you're laughing at me because you're about to be out, but I'm just like, yeah, I like the seasons.
Okay.
I like that ticks, mosquitoes, everything dies. I like that I get 6 months of death and everything just starts fresh in the spring again instead of like the buildup, and then you get like Florida and you have swamplands and gators.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Listen.
That's a nice welcome.
Oh, listen, I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. I've been asked to move to Florida before.
Yes.
I've been asked to move to Texas before. I don't know how Kenji would do with the heat. You know, the dogs adapt. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of...
Anything for the dogs.
Of course. And there's a lot of
I
Akita
know.
breeders in Texas.
Okay.
So they get used to the heat.
Yes.
But I don't know if I'll get used to the heat.
I totally agree with most of the states that you said. Like Cali, it was like,
Nah, Cali sucks. I can't...
Texas,
Yeah, Texas is all right.
and then like, I'm sorry, but like you go to Florida and it's just like, this is the life.
Oh, that's the life.
That's, to me, I guess I don't know, the Spanish, like everyone's just like chill, like you don't have to, I don't know, it's a different way of life. I kind of say it, like I guess it's like a vacation life.
Do you think that'll change when you move down there and the honeymoon phase will go away?
Maybe. I'll let you know after
I expect
a
that
year.
text. I expect that text.
Be like, nah, I'm coming back to New York. Or
Listen, and that there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of friends leave and come back. And a lot of younger kids that talk to me that I'm friendly with just through the gym or neighbors in my old neighborhood. I try to give advice where I can. And I tell people, like, my advice is just my advice.
Right.
You do whatever you
wanna
want with
do.
that
Right.
advice.
I say that to everyone too.
You could say, oh, wow, that's insightful. You could say, Nick's a moron. Whatever you want to say, like, I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah.
Just as, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion and feelings.
Correct.
So I find that a lot of people in our general age range, so from the early 20s to the early 30s, that 10-year gap,
Yes.
people kind of just, I don't know if it's social media, I don't know if it's just life and the need to feel like you have to be doing you have to be at a certain stage by certain points of life.
Okay.
I feel like they vilify that. Demonify is not a fucking word. Vilify. Thank you. I feel like they vilify and they make it a bad thing to stay where you're from.
I was just gonna say that.
And
This is
it's-
my first time leaving my hometown.
And that's fine.
Okay,
But I
yeah.
feel like they're just like, yo, if you don't leave your hometown, you're doing yourself a disservice and there's so much out there. You're like, yeah, okay, I travel. I
Yeah.
travel for work.
Agreed.
I travel for vacations. Does me staying, maybe not my hometown, but my home
State.
county, state,
Yes.
whatever, that
Agreed.
makes me bad? Or there's so much of a stigma there
I think
that
bad is the wrong word. I think you just need to explore. But it's not like bad if you stay home.
well, they act like it is. They
Yes,
act like it is on
like it's-
social.
yes.
Nah, go to the middle of nowhere and start a name for yourself. It's like, yeah, that's great. I'll go to Nebraska. I'll be like, what the fuck is going on here? I got to get out of this place. So there's so many friends of mine that have left
Yes.
and they're like, fuck New York. Fuck Long Island. This place sucks. I hate it. And they come back in a year.
I have like a hate love with New York.
And everyone does because you're
Yes.
from here.
Yes.
And you
correct.
know the amazing parts of it and you know the bad parts of it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much good.
Yes.
You got that. And whether you utilize it or not, it's a different story. But you have Connecticut, Massachusetts, you have the city, you have Jersey, Hoboken, all that.
Yep.
You have the South Shore in the summer, which nothing beats the South Shore in the summer
love
for
the South
that.
Shore. Yeah,
I mean, if you're out on the water in the boats,
it's a great time.
it's to me it's just amazing. And then you have the Hamptons, and then you have the North Fork,
Right.
and then you have an international hub for anywhere in the world in JFK. A lot of places don't have that.
That's true. I
So-
do love JFK.
That's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, you're a jet setter. You're out there doing your thing. So I just hate the stigma like, oh, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here.
Yes.
But then they come back. And I'm like, and they're like, yeah, I had to come back. I missed it, or the money wasn't the same, whatever. I'm like, that's cool, man. Why
Which
you?
is it's
why are you
fine
upset
if you
about
come
it?
back. Like it's okay to go explore and then come back.
And if it didn't work, you come
yeah,
back.
no.
That's my message.
Yes.
My message is, I gotta point them out. My message is, it's okay to explore.
Correct.
It's okay to
come back.
think that it's gonna be better somewhere else, because it
Yes,
might be,
yeah.
but it might not be.
Right.
And if it's not, it's cool. Come back. So my message to you is, if you and Vic want to come back, you guys come back, because I'm gonna miss you.
I know. Literally, everyone's so upset. I feel like, I don't know. I feel weird. I'm like, guys, like, I can fly back.
You can fly
Like,
back.
It's not a big
We can
deal.
fly down to you.
How many times have you like actually seen someone like every freaking day? No, it's like maybe once a month, twice a month. And if you go to the gym, okay, it's a different story. But like, I'll fly back.
Yeah,
like
we'll
it's
see you
really not
again.
a big deal.
Yeah, FaceTimes. I talk to everybody
Yeah.
constantly. I mean, how intertwined are we because of social media?
Exactly. It's like, how much are you really gonna miss out? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. Like, I just want to like go see the weather, see if like there's a really big money difference. Just I'm an accountant, so obviously like I want to see like how much can you really make or save. New York is expensive. I don't see myself buying a home in New York. I'm sorry. That's the one thing that I don't. The prices are insane unless you go to Suffolk.
Yeah, and I don't want to be all the way out there.
That's what I'm saying. You're so far away from everything, but Nassau is insane. So it's like, all right, let's try Florida because it's like a little. Anyway, everyone from New York went to Florida.
Mhm.
So you're going to go down to Boca and just see everyone from New York over
Mhm.
there.
Well,
So-
at least you would think so, be with the way that they said everyone fled the state, because the traffic is the same, if not worse.
I know.
So everyone left, but evidently they came back.
Well, that's the thing. So everyone left, but everyone from the city went to Long Island.
Yep.
So the city is dead, but now Long Island's still popping. Traffic's still the same, and everyone left for Florida.
The Hamptons traffic was always bad when I was a salesman out in the
Yes.
Hamptons.
Yeah.
It was always horrific. And now, though, you'd have pockets of it. You'd have a couple of hours in the morning and that. No, now it's just year round.
That's what I noticed. I was always like,
Year-round.
I was always like 10, 11 o'clock. I'm like, good to do things. Because like, obviously I don't work now. But anyway, I'm like, all right, like I have time to do stuff. Like, no, there's traffic all the time. There's never like a good time to be like, oh, like let me go somewhere. I think the worst time is still 5 o'clock, but like traffic is all the time.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never seen an empty road.
I have to go back to Tony's to shoot some more stuff for the store.
Speaking of,
Yeah, speaking of, shouts to Hummus. Love ya. I have to go back to the store. I was going to try to do it today, but like by the time we wrap and shit like that, traffic's going to be wild. Like to get down to
No.
Lindenhurst from Roslyn, it'll be a
No.
nightmare.
and that's the worst part, going from North Shore to South Shore.
And if you're not from New York and you're listening to this and you don't understand this,
Yes, we're sorry.
we're sorry, number one. Number two, we're giving you insider tips.
Yes, correct.
So if you come to
Long
visit us,
Island, yeah.
oh my God, it's over. If you're trying to
Yes.
go north to south later in the day, or you might as well just charter a helicopter.
I think either it doesn't matter which way you go, really. East to west too is the same thing.
East to west is
Everyone's coming
horrible.
home from the city, so
When I did a couple of shoots for Bronson in Brooklyn, I would leave he wanted me there because he was training at like 8 in the morning. So I'd leave my house at like 6.
which was good.
Yeah, but it'd take me an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there.
Okay.
And then he would stop training at like 10, 11, and I'd still catch that traffic on the way back. I'm like,
Because all the people who go really early to work in the city are done by like that time.
I'm like,
so like you're still catching people.
I'm like, what is going on? I just got to invest in one of those helicopters, just landing on rooftops. Be like, Nick's here. No, I don't need another camera. I need to start saving for a helicopter. That's what I got to do.
What about Uber helicopter? Isn't that still a thing?
Blade?
Or is it not a thing?
Blade.
I could have sworn that was a thing
I'm
once.
looking it up. Blade. I think it's called Blade. And then we're gonna get back to you. Hold on. What do I type? Charter a helicopter?
I don't know. I thought it was like Uber. I'm totally wrong, aren't I?
Nah, I think you're right. Charter a helicopter. Damn, I'm about to get some crazy ads on my Instagram now. Oh, just the ads are just gonna say, "Oh, you got it like that? Okay, here's a helicopter."
Here's a helicopter.
New
Your
York.
podcasts are that good, huh?
Oh wow. Okay. Listen, if any helicopter companies want to sponsor the podcast, I will more than happy.
We'll have people from all over just like pop in.
Blade. Yeah, Blade.com. Seaplane and helicopter charter in New York City.
So it's a thing.
Yeah.
There you go, Nick. Just
Sorry.
go
Oh,
to
that's
the thing.
good. That's a good sign on their homepage. Sorry, the
Ah.
video doesn't exist.
So maybe it's not a thing.
I'm supposed to be able to trust them to fly me in a helicopter. They can't even keep up to date with videos on their website. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll drive.
I'll drive.
Anyway, back to you.
Oh yeah.
So I actually was curious. You said you started getting momentum with social media and everything in
Right.
2017.
Yes.
What was that like? Like the attention, kind of all eyes on you as it started to pour in? Because obviously you weren't used to that prior.
Right. No, that was my first time. This time around, it was kind of like, okay, I've done this before. Like I know how it works. Last time, it was kind of like a trial and error sort of thing. It's kind of like when you just try it out and see how it works. But I was like super nervous for everything. I didn't know how like contracts work. Like I didn't know like my worth really. But it was cool. I also felt special because like it was really like early back then. So like it wasn't a bunch of influencers. Like it wasn't a thing. People weren't making that much money off of Instagram. Yeah, and I still gave it up. Even though I felt super special, I still gave it up. So I don't know. I don't know.
So I guess there's a fine line as well, and you could probably talk on this. There's a fine line of enjoying the attention
Yes.
and the increased exposure that you're getting now, but just not letting it get to your head.
That's how I feel this time around.
This time around, it's because it's so much more monumental.
Yes. So like because like I didn't even want it to happen last time. I like wanted it to happen. This time it was just kind of like I fell into it. So definitely, I don't get it. I don't let it get to my head. I still treat myself as like anyone else. I still see myself as like I work like a normal 9 to 5, and I'm still an auditor in the back of my head.
Which is
but-
easier said than done, because I'm
Yeah.
sure, you're getting DMs, whether nice or bad. I'm trying to keep it somewhat good.
bro.
You're getting tons of DMs from people that are just all over your
All
page,
day, yeah.
and whether it's
And
business,
that's a job.
whether it's business inquiries, whether
Yep.
it's people being fucking creeps, whether it's anything, like, because it's just the influx of just constant need to monitor now.
Correct.
And as you continue to grow, it's only going to get
Worse, better,
worse, better, kind of. So, what was your first contract that you signed up on?
Ooh, I started with a supplement company, and that was actually I didn't even sign with them. I was just someone asked me to come in for a photo shoot, and that's how I started. And at that time, it was like a no name again. And then that's when the TikTok started, and everyone wanted to sign me. So who did I go with? VMI.
Yes.
Yes,
Shouts to Nikki
yes,
Karolakis.
yes.
Shouts.
VMI. Bombshell. I was with Bombshell Sportswear for a while. I became one of their models. That was sick. That was a really cool experience, by the way.
Talk about it.
Who else?
Talk about it. Talk
Well,
about it. What was the
I
experience
think
like?
that was my first time being flown out as an influencer, and like I was like super nervous. Like I was going by myself, which I ended up meeting my boyfriend there in California, and we hung out together. But it was like really nerve-wracking, but really cool at the same time. Just like what an experience. But no, they were really, really cool.
Yeah, it was good. Are
It
you
was
still
a
with
good
them or
time.
no?
No. I'm with
Okay.
Dark Sport now.
That's right.
So the year ended, and now going into 22, I signed with Get Raw. So obviously Sebum's whole line and Raws, and then Revive, Dark Sport. I have Hummus. Thank you, Tony. He's all my food sponsor. I have Fit Jeans. I have Wolfpack. Who am I forgetting? I have Gym Reapers. Oh my God.
Gotta get a scroll. Hold on. Let me clear this desk off for you. You can start writing down the sponsors. We're gonna be here for a few.
I think that's everyone.
And so what is it like?
Blessed, really?
I mean, a lot of people don't know the feeling because they try to get to your status
Oh yeah.
for their entire lives, and they never reach that. Whether it's because they want to be financially secure, whether it's because they want to be noticed and they would just want to be in the spotlight, or a combination of everything. They don't.
Yeah.
What does it feel like? Just like explain something like that, because it's probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get this question a lot. So everyone's like, how do I get sponsored? So it's not like a simple answer. And I feel like everyone forgets that, okay, so I'm an influencer, and I influence people. So my recommendation is build a following, have your people trust you, and be like, oh, she knows what she's talking about, or he, whatever it is. Have your people trust you, then believe in a product, obviously use them and show them that like you're true to that one product, and then the sponsorships will come along. But everyone's like trying or like tagging like 10 different like sponsorships, trying to just get one because they want the attention or they want the following. Like it shouldn't be like that. The first number one is focusing on yourself and your platform and just like having your followers believe in you. So I feel like that's a big thing too. Like I help a lot of girls along the way, or guys too. I get DMs about training or food or whatever it is, and I try to answer to everyone. I feel like that's what makes them trust me more, and then I influence them to buy things, which again, it's not a bad thing. I'm making it sound like so bad. It's not a bad thing. I help them. Like I use the word influence because I'm an influencer, but like I'm helping people. Just because they genuinely like don't know. They don't know where to start, especially like getting into the fitness world. They have literally no idea. But being sponsored is like truly a blessing. Like I'm always stocked on clothes, supplements, food, which is like a major help. I feel like everyone forgets that. Like the meal prep is like amazing sponsor. If you ever get a sponsorship for food, that's like you're good to go.
Especially now.
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone wants like
pack of chicken breast is almost
that's what I'm trying to say.
$20.
Everyone forgets that part, that like the food is like number one, and like Tony's food is obviously amazing. So truly a blessing. You save a lot of money. Speaking on the background, yeah, you save a lot of money. Like I'm like, I don't have to go to the grocery store.
No,
like,
you gotta listen. You gotta embrace it. Like
yes,
it's not.
It's hard to like be like that because I'm like a humble person, but like
That was like me with Rain.
It's
Like,
awesome.
when I'm doing the stuff with Rain, they send me the fridge. They send me cases of drinks. It's like I made a video. It's like, yo, I do buy the Rains
Yes,
at
correct.
7-Eleven. I'm not always at my office. Those aren't just for me.
But
They're for my guests.
That's you genuinely believing in the product. You still going out there and buying it, and that's what I do with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So like, let's say dark sport. I don't get every single piece of clothing, but like when there's something that I really like and I know that I'm not gonna have it, I'm still gonna go and buy it. You know what I mean? Because I truly believe in whatever their clothes or their message, or same thing with the food. Like I'll go in and buy hummus. Like it.
I'm also a firm
Fit, by the
believer.
way.
Yeah, hummus fit. I'm also a firm believer when I say like, dark sport, Rain, hummus. Their success is my success.
Correct.
Like it all.
Like I want them to do well as well. Like
because
and
I
me.
continue to do
Yes.
well, and then we all
You
do
both
well.
grow.
Exactly.
And that's another thing too. Speaking back with the sponsorships, it's like everyone wants to go with a big name brand. You don't have to. Like if you truly believe in a product, help them grow. Like be a part of their name and like just show everyone else that, okay, like let's buy into that product because it's gonna be amazing. So you don't have to, again, go into like a big name just because everyone else is doing it.
And I'm sure you had a lot of offers for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how did you narrow down to? I know the answer mentally just because I speak to a
Yes.
lot of athletes, but how did you narrow down that field to dark sport, raw, like?
So I feel like it's, you kind of get to a point where it's like you're tailoring it, like you're choosing for yourself, like what is the real you. So like Bombshell obviously love their clothes as well as dark sport, but I feel like dark sport is more me. It's more towards the bodybuilding brand, which is, and I also don't like colors. Sorry, all I wear is black. Here
Love it. Love it.
like, I don't wear bright colors. It's just more of a me feel. I love the whole wolf thing, like especially because I have a dog. Like it's just, there's more to it. Same thing with like Sebum and even like my food sponsor, because I had like a couple of more options with that. It's like whatever you like more at that point, because like you have so many offers. So like you can literally just be like, oh no, I feel like going with this one.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Again, I feel
Which is
like
nice.
I'm bragging.
No,
but
not
it's
at all.
not.
It's
Yeah, no.
listen, it's aligning your needs
Yes,
and your
correct.
preferences with the companies that give the best outcome. And
I-
it doesn't always
yeah.
have to, like you're saying, it doesn't always have to be financial.
No.
You don't always have to go with the biggest offer. There's a lot of people that just dollar value. Oh, they're offering me the most, great. But then you don't believe in the product and you don't care.
And that happens to so many athletes that I see all the time. They're constantly switching because they don't believe in the brand. So they have all this money, but if you don't believe in the brand, then how are you going to promote it? You genuinely just don't like it and you don't post about it, and it becomes an issue. And then you
Just to make the 5 measly posts that you're supposed to make a month.
which a lot of people are coming off of that too. But like, oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, like you just genuinely
You generally
believe
don't like it, yeah.
Yeah, you don't like it. You're not going to want to post, and then you end up losing. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So once you lose that sponsorship or you end up switching, everyone's like, but I thought you believed in that brand. And once again, you're losing that following, sort of say, that like you actually influence, or like the people that trusted you. And now they're like, what do you mean? You just made me buy this. And now that you're saying, this is great. So like, you don't want to do that to your followers either. That's why I'm saying like, you have to build a relationship with your followers. I hate to say it, but there are a lot of influencers out there that have like a cult, and it's because they have that one-on-one where like they trust each other, and that's like evidently what everyone wants. Like, you want people to believe in you and your products and everything that you sell.
Yeah, that's how John Meadows was.
Yes.
John Meadows,
Right. I remember
super
him.
transparent, straight to the
Yep.
point, willing to give all of his knowledge base out, help people along the way. He had his own supplement brand, but he like pushed it, but he didn't.
Mhm.
He just said, "This, I take my own stuff. This is the stuff that I take. My BCAAs, my
Straight up.
and he's just straight up about his intra workout, his peri workout nutrition, and what supplements he takes. Before then, he was with he had a deal with Prime Nutrition where they kind of worked together, and then that fell apart. I don't want to throw anybody on the bus, but
Let's not throw anyone under.
yeah,
the bus.
it wasn't Meadows' fault, I'll say that. But he had that deal, and then he was still writing for T Nation, and he still recommended other products. It was just that's how you get that authenticity. You get the
Correct.
He's consistent with his last viewpoints for the last 10 years. Like,
Yes, there's nothing that's changed.
like he may have had a couple of companies along the lines, but he still pushed like, that ingredient that he's been saying for 10 years, like it's in this one. That's why he's talking
And
about
that's
it
why
now.
people loved him.
Yeah, people don't. I see it all the time too. It bothers me. It bothers me. People just fucking signing contracts to sign them, and it's great and it's awesome, and I think that's great that you're getting a bag, as Dre would say. But you just don't. Your followers are watching,
Right.
so they see you switch up every year.
And people forget that.
And it's like, I was forming brand loyalty with the last brand because of you, not because of the brand itself.
Yep.
And they don't understand that influencer term, that's really what that is.
Yeah. You lose that entire following.
Now, do you find that they lose the credibility? Because I do. I find that you lose that
Yes.
credibility, and then I can't trust you now.
Correct.
I just think
I
you're
think so.
wishy-washy.
I mean, I'm new in the game. Once again, like I think I've
Are
only been
you
at this for a year.
Nah, but you've been in the, which we haven't covered yet, and we're going to go back to it. You've been in the industry for how long?
Not really. Well, 2017 was maybe, again, only 6 months, so I'm still new.
16? You started, but like, how long have you been training? And
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I'm saying. Like training
Yes.
and being in the industry to like prep for things and get into it. How long has that been?
Ooh. I mean, we can go way back.
We're going to. This is the segue.
So, like, I guess you could say it started in high school. I really wasn't popular. So I was, I wasn't the guy's favorite. I was overweight. So that's where it kind of like started kicking in, especially with sports and stuff. Like, I obviously wasn't as good as the other athletes, maybe because of my weight. Started weight training, obviously lost some weight. My looks were a little better. I just got really into the gym.
What drove you at first, though? Was it more of a you want to be noticed more look-wise, or do you want to just lose the weight and just be healthy, or was it a combination?
I think it was a combination of both, to be honest. I just wanted to feel more comfortable myself, and then it became an addiction. So right off the bat, after senior year, going into college, I got really into weightlifting, and yeah, that was 2016. So again, 2016, 2017, that's when I blew up my Instagram. At that time, and again, it was just me training. Like, there was nothing much more to it. So that's when I started, and I was really young in the game. So I was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And
now
I
think about
started
that though.
weightlifting,
Six to 7 years ago.
Yep.
You're not. You may be new in the popularity
I was
scene.
gonna say new to like the influencer game, but not new to the lifting.
But you've had your finger on the pulse of the actual industry for a while now.
Correct.
Which is good.
Yes.
Because it teaches you a lot prior. Because if you just posted your first selfie and all of a sudden for some reason it blew up.
Yeah. Then you're like totally new.
Then you have no idea what's going on.
No.
You have no idea how bullshitters bullshit, and you have no idea the supplement companies and how they're going to try to use you for your image and this. You just gotta.
It was kind of like I was thrown in at 2017. I pulled back and then I just watched from the outside.
Yeah, it's good.
And then I was like, all right, let me jump it back in.
She's on. Yeah, she's like, let me see this shit right here.
It's good. Jump.
All right, let's do it. Fuck it. We in
Boys
now.
fall in.
We in. So now let me ask you this. So going from being overweight, because I was as well.
Yep.
Still am right now.
I mean, I'm a little chunky.
No,
too.
Sean,
It's okay.
please. You got a core. I got to have one ab. That's all I wanted for the summer. I didn't even get that.
I was supposed to be shredded by now, but it's okay.
Screw it. It's almost winter again. Well, for you, it's different. But for me, I'm just going to bundle up like Cartman from South Park. No one's going to see. I'm going to put a parka on, and it's done. Um, so going from being overweight and then obviously
Yeah.
getting ready for the shows, what was that? Because you became addicted.
Yes.
What was that mindset like? Because it's a different animal to just lose weight
Yes.
and get in shape
Yeah.
versus, oh, I got to step on stage and I got to
Right.
mentally psych myself up.
So I feel like I like to say that there is a balance, but there isn't. So when I was just losing weight, it was like, okay, like eat good during the week. And if I wanted to, you go enjoy time with family, time with friends. It was a totally different ball game. You still get to enjoy life, sort of say. Losing weight, yes, it's difficult. And like, you don't have to try as hard as prep. I don't want to like make that sound bad, but like losing weight is like relatively easier than going on prep. So I was in the weight game for a long time, and I don't even know, like there wasn't one person that I like looked up to, and I was like, oh, I want to compete. That was never the thing. I just like wanted to be lean. That was it. And I kept doing it, and then again fell into the bodybuilding world, and I kept getting leaner and leaner, and I was like, all right, I think I'm good. Like I can start going into that whole prep mode and step on stage. But that's me in prep mode is like, I can't really hang out with anyone. I'm not fun to be around. And that's the only reason why I think I've struggled with going on prep again, because I feel like I have to isolate myself so much, and I kind of like lose those relationships, which once again, now that I'm an influencer, you have to be okay with talking to everyone whenever it is. Like this, like let's say like if I was in prep right now and I'm like, oh, okay, like let me come on the podcast, maybe I'd be a little more miserable than I am right now. But again, like you run into people at the gym, and like that's happening to me now too. People come up to me like, oh, you're Sabrina, and like you have to be friendly. You can't be in the, oh no, I gotta go do cardio. Oh no, I gotta go get my meal in. Like you have to again build that relationship with your following and make sure that you're approachable. And like that's why I give all the credit to like people who go to the Olympia and they do the meet and greets, and they're still okay with talking to people and they're not miserable. So all the credit in the world to them, because I don't know how they do it. But me, again, in prep is like it's a different animal. I'm not myself. I'm not pleasant to be around.
Most people aren't.
No, I'm really not.
So, and I want you
because
to
I'm
continue.
food driven.
I'm food driven too. It was tough for me to give up everything. It really was.
It is hard. Yeah.
So one of the most amazing people, I was a fan for a long time of Juji. You know Juji Mufu?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Do you want to? We'll have to set that up.
Okay.
I love Juji. I was so happy when he was when I got to work with him through Rain.
Okay.
So I met him at a couple of shoots. Actually, I met him before Rain. So years when I was 2012 when I was watching Antoine Vaillant, and I was watching Antoine get ready.
So bad with this. I don't know names.
That's okay. No. That's okay. That's okay. You definitely know. So you don't know Juji off the top of your head?
No.
That's okay. You definitely know him by face. He does all the flips and crazy shit. That's Juji. You ever seen him before? And if you haven't,
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you haven't, don't feel.
No,
So,
no.
So Juji used to do all the tricking stuff like flips and whatnot with Antoine back 2012. I used to watch their YouTube videos, and Antoine was a big motivation and inspiration for me because I'd watch his videos and I'd get psyched up for my lifts. I loved Animal, the company. Like it aligned with me and mentally and how I trained and how I wanted to live my life and look.
Right.
And then over the years, I still watch Juji's stuff, but like, you know, time passes and you start work and life gets in the way and this and that. So once I started doing videos, one year I was at the Arnold with Kai the first time I went with him. This is in 2000. I want to say this is like 2016. No, because I didn't do videos back then. This is 2000. No, it's not. 2018.
Okay.
First Arnold I went with Kai, and we're at
Which is sick, by the way.
I love Kai. He's great. We're at a Lifetime Fitness outside because he didn't want to be bothered by people when he's training, and not because he doesn't want to say hi to, because he'll say hi to every person, but like after he's been at the booth all day, he's got to just like be able to just decompress.
And there's the fine line.
Yeah, he's got to be able to decompress, just train, because people still come up to him, they know him, and he's one of the nicest guys. He'll stop his workout, he'll take a selfie, he'll talk. You know, his manager, I always laugh because whenever his manager's with us, he has to play the bad guy. He's like, okay, we gotta get back to like doing our stuff. Some people don't know the fine line. They don't understand that you guys are people. Like,
right.
Okay, you're pretty. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're pretty, you're in good shape, whatever.
Yes.
And people want to come over and talk to you. Like, there's an aura about you. Like, they see you and they follow you and they see your presence on a daily basis, and they think they know you. And that's fine.
And they want to come up to you.
And they want to come up to you, and they want to be your
have
friend.
be
And they,
okay with it.
oh, can you follow me? Like I hear shit like
Yes.
that all the time. It's like, no,
You-
like I don't know
yeah.
you. Like I know you feel like you know me because you see so much of my life, and that's fine. But the people that are like the fans, they have to know that balance.
Right.
So anyway, we go to the Lifetime, and then Juji was there with his buddy, and I looked at him, and he's talking to Kai, and then he looks at me. He's like, "What's going on, man?" I said, "You know what, dude? I just gotta say, I've been a fan of yours for a long time, man. 2012, I used to watch your. I said I used to watch your videos, of you and Antoine back. Nuclear Summer 4 was like one of the video names. He goes, I gotta give you a hug. So like that's before he was famous,
Yes.
like really well known. So anyway, I see him there, and then I see him a year later. I just say hey to him again, whatever. And then with the whole rain thing, I got flown out with Kai. I'm shooting with him, and Juji was there. I was like, yo, I don't know if you remember me, this and that. And then after that, we become super tight. Like we talk all the
Isn't that
time.
crazy?
Yeah, we talk all the time. Like he's gonna be coming to the New York area at some point. He's gonna hopefully jump on the podcast, like just chop it up with me. But it's like the point that I'm trying to make is I've been around a lot of athletes, Juji and Kai, but Juji is like one of the best people I've ever seen interact with fans. Like the best. He could be in prep. He could be doing any, and he will run himself to the ground in terms of just energy wise and just being so exhausted from saying hi to as many people as he can at the expos. At the last Arnold, I think it was like an hour after the rain booth already closed, and he's on the side, and his line is down the alley. Like you can't even see the end of it. And I said to him, yo, do you want me to have security just walk you out of here so you get out of here? He's like, you know what? I appreciate that, Nick. He goes, but like in all due respect, he goes, every single person that came here to shake my hand and say hi to me, he's like, I'm going to shake every single hand till I leave.
Which is awesome.
And I'm just like, damn, bro, you're awesome. Like, you're great.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
and I give them all the credit in the world.
It's so hard. People don't understand that.
No, they don't.
Because after I see these guys and these girls after, all you guys after, and everyone's just mentally just drained from a new conversation every 5 seconds and shaking hands and posing and this and that. It's so much.
Like now that I'm on C-Bum's team, seeing him after the events, I feel so bad, but he will wait.
Yeah?
The Texas one was bad. That was like,
oh, I'm sure,
6 hours long, and he stood there. And like you just have to see him after. It's like give him an energy bar, give him something.
Yeah,
like,
just like the man just needs to chill.
Yeah.
I actually busted into his tent when he was taking pictures with fans. I don't know him, but
he's a great guy.
I've heard nothing but great things about him.
Yeah.
I busted into his tent because I couldn't find Kai at the Arnold. So like they're like, yeah, I think Kai's in there. I literally kicked the tent, like the things open, and he's standing there posing with fans, and then his team is sitting right there, and I go, huh? I said, you're not Kai, and they go, no. I go, anybody know where he is? And they go, nope. I go, all right, I'm out. I just walked away. I was like, thanks, guys.
Should have been like, hey.
Yeah.
The
But it's just the way I kicked the thing open. I look, I go, yeah, no one's Kai in here. Okay, wrong tent.
No, I have to give them all. Even like Laura Lee, which I've gotten really close with her from last year, Bombshell, and like even now, like training with Aldo. Laura Lee is great too, and she will tell me like she likes to go to expos and spend 20 minutes like or so talking to the people, and like if she doesn't, she gets upset. Which is like amazing to me, like because like I've seen her at the Olympia. Like I'm like, you're literally on no food. How are you talking to people?
Super difficult. It's super difficult. And listen, it's Kai too. Kai.
I mean, I can't say that I'm going to be there, but like if I do, I hope that I get to be like them and like spend the time to talk to people and not let it get to my head. I feel I don't know.
I gotta be honest with you. I mean, we knew each other in the gym, but we never really interacted. This is probably the longest we've ever interacted, to be honest with you. Like besides our little shoots that we've done, like actually speaking to one another, is probably the most we've ever interacted.
Yeah.
You got a very level head. Like you really do. You're not gassed up. You're just very even keeled. And that's the type of people I like to associate with.
Yeah.
Because the people that gas themselves up mentally, and that's in any profession, any line of work, walk of life, doesn't matter. It's just that you don't want to be around people like that.
I don't see myself there, even though like it did hit me when I was like in Texas and we were at the C-Bum meet and greet, and it was like for a bunch of other people too. But like I was walking down the line and this girl comes up to me almost crying, and she's like, I've been waiting to meet you. Like you're my number one inspiration type of things. And like, that's when I was like, damn, like I am influencing people, but like I still, to me, like I forget it. And then I'm like, oh no, like I'm nobody. But like, that's the time that I was like, oh wow, okay, like I'm getting up there.
Yeah.
and like what I say matters and what I do matters, and like people are looking up to me, and I have to continue what I'm doing to influence these people and help them with whatever they're going through or what they don't know, and I got to teach them, things like that.
You know, you don't have to ever step on stage, right?
No, I know.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
That's a personal goal.
Yeah.
And like totally my followers would love to see me on stage, and like that's something that I do want to do, but it's more of a personal goal, and it's not like yes, I have to do it every year and I have to be this lean. Like I just don't see it as that way.
Yeah.
Again, I love food.
Yeah. Well, that's the cool thing about the way that you're being not influenced, the way that you're influencing and the way
Yes.
that you're growing your following. You're not growing it based off of stage and stage looks. You're growing it off of, just you as a person.
Correct.
So like the people that grow their following off of the stage and the stage look, they
Once-
feel like they have to keep doing it. And then once the stage goes away, that's
then
it.
they're like, all right.
Yeah.
That's
so,
it. That was all I was interested for.
So I think what you have going for you is so much more beneficial to you,
Correct.
especially in the long run.
Yeah.
Because you have so many years of just not only growth personally, but socially and just business-wise.
Yes.
There are so many opportunities.
I'm just starting.
My saying since I started video I quit my job in 2018. So late.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Late 2017, early 2018. I used to put, when I started getting shoots and I started actually shooting people, I used to put all the time, I'm just getting warmed up. Just getting warmed up. That was just always my catchphrase. And whether people took that seriously or not, or they laughed or whatever, oh, yeah, just getting warmed up, like whatever they said, like I meant that. Even now, like I'm just getting warmed up. Like
like you don't know what it's going to turn into.
No, I have no idea. Like this podcast is just getting warmed up. Like I have
the next Joe Rogan.
Hey, if it turns out that way, fantastic. If it doesn't, it's okay. My biggest goal, especially with the podcast, is just to give people that third party sitting into the conversation look at who you are as a person, who my guests are.
I was going to say, because no one knows me other than just like, even on YouTube, I haven't really like spoke like this. Like no one knows like my persona or like how I speak. So this is like a good thing, I think.
It's a fantastic thing. And I'll tell you,
no one knows that.
and I'll tell you why. A lot of the females, especially that grow huge followings that I see, they're known as just an ass, and you're so much more than that.
Yeah, I'm more than just like my looks. Like,
yeah,
people
you have a
forget that.
brain, like you have a
Yeah.
good personality. You're a good person. Like there's a lot more to you that needs to be put on spotlight because you have a great figure. That's awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, of course. Like that's awesome, and
Yeah.
it's something that guys drool over and girls aspire to look like or
Correct,
be.
both of them.
And that's fantastic. But
No one knows the other side.
no one knows the mentality. Yeah, your internal thoughts and
Yeah.
how you actually went to college and were at a Big Four account, right? The Big
Yep,
Four?
Big
Four
Four,
accounting? That's what
yeah.
they call it. Okay. Tyler will be very mad at me if I don't get that right because he's he's a recruiter for accounting.
Yes.
So, there's so much more to put on display and be like, yeah, my looks are great. And that's what I get upset with a lot of the influencers is the sexualization and just like, it's constant. And that's okay because sex sells. But I also need that side of people like, yo, this is a human being and they have their own thoughts and they have a lot to bring to the table besides just their looks.
Yeah.
And that goes men and women. It really does. Like you see some of these people, it's like, okay, but like you have a brain, you got to like show it.
But I see going back to like people probably would do that if the algorithm would pick it up, but they don't.
Yep.
Why? Because sex sells.
Yeah.
So people start drawing back on the whole brain thing and they're like, all right, let me just put my looks out there because that's the only thing that attracts views. So like, how do you keep the people posting their authentic selves when that doesn't hit the views?
I think it's a combination. I think it's a very
You got to do both.
I think it's a very 50-50 split that people have to start doing because then they just sit on the side of the algorithm that is all sex.
Correct.
Which if that's what you want to do, I'm not going to sit here and say you should or should not do it.
Right.
Like please by all means. But at the same time it's like you have so much more to offer people and I think when people actually when people actually hear you speak, your viewpoints, how you're looking at endorsements, the stage, life.
Yeah.
In general. You have more to offer than just, oh, wow, his abs look great on this post. Like, or the girl's going, oh, damn, I wish that was my boyfriend or whatever. And the swiping, and then there's a girl. Oh, great. Look at her ass. Like, oh, my God. Like, oh,
Yep.
I wish that was my girlfriend. Like, there's so much more to
More to
offer on a genuine level. I think there has to be a 50-50 split, and people just kind of sit on one side or the other. So they don't get any engagement with the regular stuff, or they
Yeah.
get too much engagement with the sexual stuff. I swear to God, if you throw up right now, I'm going to lose it. Because I heard him have the hiccups before, and that usually happens when he's hungry. If you throw up right now, he's got that face on. Don't do it. Go get
He's just tired.
I don't know. We'll see. I heard him have that whenever he has the hiccups. He didn't eat a lot this morning. Whenever he has the hiccups, his stomach's empty. He gets hunger pains.
You can usually, I hate to say it, but feel it. Their stomach like bloats up. Sorry, I my dog does that, and that's
He,
how
he retches. He does the retching.
He does the yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel his stomach, and I'm like, I know when he's gonna throw up.
Yeah. He's laying down. We're good. We bought ourselves some time.
Anyway, but that's why I want to do YouTube, and like I can't get into the habit of like literally doing it all the time or editing because I'm like, this is where I show my other side.
Yeah.
This is the only part where people will actually like watch more than just my looks.
So question,
They'll listen to me.
Why don't you start a podcast? Honestly,
There are a lot of people doing that.
there are. And the reason is because it serves, and I tell, if you listen to my shit regularly, I told Steve and Dana to start a podcast. I tell everyone
Steve and
to.
Dana?
My last two guests.
Got it. Yeah, I saw that.
Just I tell everybody to because it's spearheading content. So you now have audio platform content listeners
Right.
that just want to have something in the background in their car, on the Stairmaster, whatever, that they don't want to watch something. You have clips that you could just cut, which don't get me wrong, it takes a lot of effort. But you have clips that you can cut because you set video cameras up and you can do it like that. And then on top of all that, you have full episodes where you actually get to talk about topics that mean something to you.
Right.
So you have 3 forms of content right there from one sit down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So start a podcast. Talk about things that mean something to you that you want to let your followers know, whether it's things inside the industry, how to lose weight, how to build your glutes. Like there's a
That's not a
million
bad idea.
there's a million and one things. And guess what? Your sponsors are going to love it.
That's true.
Your sponsors are going to love it. They're going to be like, "Oh,
I feel like this is a little more normal than getting in front of a camera and holding it and like vlogging.
it is."
That's very hard for me.
It's hard for
Like this is easier than being like, hey guys.
that's how I started. I started vlogging. I started
That's hard.
with my camera. I bought a camera because I wanted to make a YouTube video and channel about
Right.
my journey in the fitness industry and how I know all the pros.
So
And
you started how all we started.
I started in
All of us,
2017.
basically. Yeah.
I started in 2017. That's when I first got my first camera.
Yeah.
And then my ex asked me to make a video for her at the gym. I made one.
And he came out sick.
And it was good for what it was. It was good for not ever editing like that before.
Yeah.
It was okay. And then all the pros started asking me for shit. And then the supplement company started asking me for shit. And then
you
it
just
became
got
I was
really
booked
good?
up with amateurs every weekend.
So you literally just fell into it.
I fell into it. I never picked a camera up before 2017. I had no
wow,
idea.
so you never even had like a little like want to be behind the camera?
No, never,
Wow.
never.
See, like I always liked photography. I've taken classes on it and everything. I love it.
Yeah, no.
But I never actually like did anything about it.
Yeah, no. I never did.
And you fell into it.
I just fell into it.
Do you love it?
I do love it.
Okay.
It's an interesting question. See, she's interviewing me now. I like that. I'll tell you why it's a tough question.
Well, I expect most photographers always wanted to be photographers. I've never heard someone be like, no, I fell into it.
I just fell into it. I was good at it, and it just kind of happened. And I had my own vision, my own way. And when everyone was ripping each other's styles off, and oh, this guy shoots like that. Oh, I gotta have my videos be exactly like him. And then that guy would put a tutorial out. This is how I shoot my videos. Do it, and then you ever notice that every Texas videographer, their styles look the same?
Yes.
Everybody from Texas, there looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude named Lobo. I don't know. He probably doesn't watch my shit. Maybe someone will send this to him. I don't know. We both kind of started at the same time. He's very good at what he does. He's very good. He started with, I was with Flex Lewis. He was with Dana Lynn Bailey. He used to shoot all the Flag Nor Fail stuff.
Dana Lynn Bailey.
Yeah. Dana Lynn and Rob are awesome. I was with them in Utah. Not with them. I was with Kai and them in Utah a couple months ago. But he was their videographer. And he was able to kind of set himself aside and create his own style. He did a lot of speed ramps. He did a lot of like, hold the weights up here. I'll walk around you, make it look like time froze, put a high pitched sound in the background. It was cool. It's catchy. It's gimmicky.
Yes.
Not how I like to shoot. I like to shoot more story. I like to shoot, why are we, not to say that his isn't. I'm not trying to sound like I'm talking
Correct.
shit, but I like to shoot more along the lines of like, what's the purpose of this video? Are we trying to invoke emotion? Are we trying to showcase before a show? Like, what's the reason behind it? And I've actually started to get back to my roots on that as of late, because you get tied up where you want to get views and you want to have your shit kind of stand
See
out.
where I mean?
Yeah, so you kind of start adapting your style to look similar to the others that are getting views, and then you have to kind of reset yourself. So,
Which is everything, by the way.
yeah, everything in life, everything. So he started doing that and getting a lot of popularity, especially because all the Flag Nor Fail people were
Trucker Nick came out.
Trucker Nick.
Trucker Nick.
Intensity. Jamal, shouts, I love you.
Before it was like New York, and now it's like
Yeah.
Trucker Nick. Sorry,
Just like
sorry,
really.
go ahead.
No, this is Dylan with the brim of the hat tight. So he's very good at what he does. He does really beautiful edits. He does very beautiful color grading. I've always looked at him as somebody that I have to keep up with. Like, he's inspiration for me to keep getting better, pushing, doing my thing.
Getting better.
Almost like a rival that's not a rival, because he's in a different category of his own and I'm in a different like, we just do different things, but someone that I look at, like, I love his stuff.
Right.
So, but because I love his stuff doesn't mean I'm going to make my shit look like his. Everybody in Texas started shooting the same way. Everybody. I would look at people's videos. I'm like, yo, there is no difference between any of your videos.
Do you think that's a template too? They just like throw shit in there.
I think they look at these videos and they see that they get so much popularity and they just go, fuck it. And then they just do the same shit, which is cool. But I've told guys from New York, I'm like, yo, you got to get your own style. You have, like, if you like that I do a certain way, or and that guy does a certain way, like, okay, combine them or do it differently.
Well, I also heard that, like, I guess Houston, Texas, if you upload videos there, it like kind of hits the algorithm better too. So I don't know if that has anything to do with everyone trying to do the similar style, but in reality, it's everyone in Houston who are hitting the algorithm.
It might. I mean, who knows? The manipulation game on social media with the algorithms and what they want to see versus what you actually want to post. There's a lot of high-end film guys. We're not talking like what I do, like on a lower scale. We're talking like movie set shit.
Right.
And they talk about stuff, and they talk about how their storytelling process the algorithm wants them to change it.
Really?
The algorithm wants them to make short videos now, but they want to shoot the stories in the length that they want to.
Right.
But because the videos may be a little bit longer, or because the videos may not fit into what the algorithm's looking for, even though they are far more talented than a lot of the other guys that are getting attention, they don't get the attention. So I
believe that's almost the people's fault.
Oh, 1,000%.
Because you have like literally like what, half a second to get someone's attention.
Yep.
If not, they'll just swipe.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to catch someone's eye in that first little like time frame, and that's it. And like they're not gonna pay attention to like 3 minutes.
I used to do videos that long. I used to do long videos. I used to do videos where I had the athlete sit down, and I'd do like a kind of like a podcast. I'd sit down
but it would be a video instead of.
And I'd ask them. I'd be like, what drove you? What does it feel like going into this show? And that's, to me, that's always more interesting. You catch people vulnerable on camera. Not everything has to be. Not everything has to be a dick measuring contest. Like, oh, the last video's got to be a banger. Like, I got to lift that. Doesn't always have to be that.
No.
What gets you out of bed? What makes you want to train?
Right.
Oh, I lost so and so in my life, and I was devastated, and I needed to just channel my energy into something.
No one will know that.
We can always relate to something like that. Mentally, every gym person's fucked up. We're all fucked. We really are. We're all fucked. Sorry, guys.
The gym is our therapy.
Exactly. And we use it as a crutch to deal with life and when there are tragedies in our life.
Yep.
And when there's obstacles. And we use this medium to channel our energy and do it. And whether that's on the side of being too obsessive, which it happens, and we all go through it, you got to catch yourself. You got to catch yourself. We all go through it, whether it's being too obsessive or just kind of on the whatever side. You have to just like, what is your why? Like, why are you doing this? And I feel like talking to so many people, there's so many similarities between everybody.
Yeah.
I was bullied. I was fat. I was not loved enough when I was a child.
Because there really is no answer. It feels good. That's the answer.
The euphoric feeling of challenging yourself and doing it.
Because there's no like, oh, because of this, because of that. No, you get in the gym, you lift the weight, and then you feel good. That's
exactly.
it, period.
So now talking like that on camera and being vulnerable and explaining to people like, this is my why, they go, oh shit, you know what? I feel that way too. But because the attention spans are so much shorter, you can't do that anymore.
No.
Like I could do a podcast and I could cut clips and I could put the episodes out on YouTube and people watch it. 2-hour podcasts sometimes. 3 hours, 4 hours. I never expect somebody to watch the whole thing in a sitting. I really don't. I have, y'all better have some better shit to do with your lives. You got to work. You got significant others. You got a pet. Make sure the pet's got to go out.
Unless you put it on in the background and then it's fine.
Exactly. Put it on the background or you watch it in increments.
Correct.
20 minutes here, 20 minutes, the stairs, whatever. Like, whatever your life is. Like, it's just meant to, like, give the insight onto that. But, like, the videos going back, I think to be honest with you, I think it kind of went to the dating apps. Because the dating apps started, you're going to hear me out. It sounds crazy.
Okay, yeah, you just totally lost me on here. Go ahead.
I'm going to circle back, I promise.
Go ahead.
I think the lack of attention started with the dating apps.
Okay.
Because think about when the dating apps came out, 2011-ish.
By the way, I've never been on a dating app, so like...
Good for you. You're not missing anything. It's horrible.
Okay.
It's like landmine city. It's crazy. You're just like walking like this. Oh my God, I hope I don't blow up. When the dating apps came out, prior to that, long form video, stuff like that, I think videos were up to, oh God. I think they were up to a minute on there, but YouTube was still growing at a significant rate and people were watching full videos.
Okay.
Once the dating apps came out, what did they introduce? Swiping. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Oh, she's not hot enough. Next. He's not hot enough. Next.
So the attention span.
I think the attention span, because, I mean, anybody that uses dating apps, you could probably tell me because I use them on and off. I download it. I get a bunch of matches, and then I don't want to have the same conversation multiple times. So I just delete the app, and I'm just like, I'm enough of this.
Come on, ladies. Nick's available.
I'm available. I'm ready to mingle, but like, I got a cute dog. The dog is the big plus. He's fucking cute as hell. But the dating apps, I think, caused that swipe, next. Think about it, like people that are in relationships, they bounce in and out all the time. The next hottest girl or guy for you is a swipe away. 2 seconds, you could be in a new relationship. 2 seconds, you could have a new fuck buddy. Like, it's all right there. Swipe away. And then what happened?
Yeah.
TikTok started. Or actually, I would say Snapchat stories was really the next one.
It's there.
Next.
Next.
Oh, nothing interesting on here. Next. And then TikTok, and then Instagram Reels. And what do you do all fucking day? Swipe. Oh, it's not interesting. Not good enough. I could be wrong. I could sound crazy. I might sound crazy right now. I swear I might sound crazy, but I think that
I never thought of it that way.
I think it has a lot to do with the dating apps.
I just thought people nowadays just have no attention span.
Well, I think it started with the dating apps, and then those people, because there were so many people on the dating apps. You're an outlier. To never be on a dating app, you're an outlier. So, like, I think there were so many people that have used it that they became accustomed to that swiping mentality.
Right.
And then short videos, quick bursts. How can we reach people and, like, really interact with them? Quick. And now you see these videos all the time on Instagram Reels. Oh, my last reel didn't get enough, the audio, that you all use the same audio. My last reel didn't get it, so now I was told to make a shorter one. And then it loops again.
Yes.
Because now you get double views. So they put a 3-second video up. What are you going to be at half a second soon?
Well, that's how I started. I literally used someone else's audio, and then all I did was film literally a clip of me in the mirror, and that's what blew up. And then I'll have videos of me editing, like, for an hour or two of, like, me in the gym, like, making it, like, super interesting. Gets no views.
Yeah.
It's the ones that are super simple and, like, super short that always do well.
Yep.
And I hate that.
That's like me with videos. I spend hours editing. Got this beautiful storyline. The lighting is perfect. The cameras are crisp. 50 likes. But I put a fucking video of Kenji barking at a buoy in the water.
And it blows up.
1,000 likes. What? I'm just sitting here. I'm like, what?
I have one of Rocky, literally. So I made a TikTok for Rocky too. He did really well. Like, when he was a puppy, he blew up to like 1,000 followers. I was like, all right, Rocky, like, we're doing good. It was just a video of him literally like touching broccoli because he was like, what is this?
Like, what is this bullshit?
Yeah, and that one blew up. And I was like, are you kidding?
But that's what I'm saying. It's that short attention span. It's like people want to see dogs. People want to see food. People want to see traveling.
Correct.
It's the escape from reality.
The aesthetic, I guess, pleasing.
Yeah, the escape from
Yeah.
reality. I mean, besides the dogs, anybody can get a dog. Technically, if you're sane and you're not going to abuse the dog, you can get a dog for anybody, and you just got to put the time in.
Right.
But like traveling, think about traveling. That how many people just watch people that are travel?
I do it all the time.
And
I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. And then I'm just like sitting at home. No,
yeah, and then they want that. Oh, I see. How many times am I going to see Ibiza? Is it Ibiza?
Ibiza?
It's not Ibiza. You can't say it like that. Is it? Or no, Barcelona is what I'm thinking of.
No, yeah, no, that's Barcelona because they have the.
How do you pronounce Ibiza?
Sorry, I don't have that accent. I'm not from Spain.
Please hold, people. I feel like
Pause.
I feel like you don't just say Ibiza.
Am I wrong?
Oh, wow, you do. Damn, I sound like an idiot. Thanks, Google.
I could have sworn it was Ibiza.
I guess I'm thinking of Barcelona. They go Barcelona.
Yeah, because of their accent.
Is that why?
Correct. So Spain, like people from Spain, I don't even think it's an accent. It's just the way that they talk. It has like a.
And now Google's proving me wrong again.
Put Barcelona with Spain accent.
This just derailed. Hold on.
No? Okay, never mind.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this city in Spain, located in Catalonia Autonomous Community.
My man's really milking
How
this.
do you go about pronouncing it? Barcelona.
Barcelona.
But I told you it's because of the Spain accent.
Gotcha.
But in English, it's Barcelona, and then there's Ibiza.
Okay. Well, how many times have you seen Ibiza, like videos, pictures of people partying, and you're just like, damn, I need to be there. Why am I
I've
here?
said it every time. I'm like, wow, that's definitely something I want to do.
Yeah, well,
I never do
But
it.
that you get the interaction on those. You get the interaction. I should have just posted mad Hawaii pictures when I was down there, like videos. When I was down there,
Oh,
I should just. But this was in 2016. Yeah, 2015, 2016. I should just posted mad videos, man. Come join me. Look at where I am.
It
Like
would have been beautiful.
just showboating everything. It's that. I don't know if people are trying to escape. I don't know if people just because most people have 9 to 5. Most people just live the same life every day. They go to work.
How boring is that?
It's bad. It's bad.
I feel like you don't have that really. I mean, I know you have your editing, but like you get to do different stuff every day. Whether it be shooting this person or that person, like you're kind of in the same boat as I am. You're not like a typical 9 to 5. It's one office and you're
Yeah, no,
boring.
I get to travel around and run around and do a lot of things. I guess this ties actually back to the question I didn't answer to you is do I love it? Because we kind of got derailed, which happens on this podcast all the time. We're a ranting
I
podcast.
think we've circled back
We've circled back nicely.
nicely. Yeah.
Do I love it? I loved it at first. I still love it, but it becomes different.
It becomes a job.
Yes, everything becomes a job. People say to me all the time, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so lucky you get to do what you love." And it's like, "Oh no, yeah, you're right, I do." But when I first started, I just had to worry about going to a shoot, getting an edit, and being done. When you start to grow, you have your overhead costs and you have larger projects that you need to get out to people, and you have invoicing, you have edits to get to, you have
It becomes
shoots.
a business.
The busy work is what gets in the way. Sending invoices out, following up on money due. Like when you're every department, you started out as just a camera operator and an editor.
Now you're
I'm everything.
Yep.
I always have been, but as the clients and the money comes in and grows,
it's more things. to
so do
keep
the
track of.
headaches.
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't love it. It's just that I'm at a point now where I need people underneath me. I'm looking.
Which is a great thing.
Great thing, great problem to have. But you got to be able to trust these people. You got to be able to build an actual good, reliable team. And this goes for you with you being able to get editors and you being able to get somebody to maybe to run your social media as you continue to grow. You could still have that authenticity where you're the main person and you can answer people and this and that. But at some point, it's going to get too hard for you to monitor everything.
I honestly have that now where it's like I have, again, we were like listing off my sponsorships where it's like, damn, I got to make sure that I'm posting all these, like the amount of times that they want me to, or even just authentically posting and making sure that like I'm like influencing the people. Again, sounds so bad.
It's going to be a clip.
It sounds so bad, but yeah, no, I have to, I'm getting
Sound
to
like a
that
drug
point.
dealer in high school.
No,
I'm going to influence you to try this J out real quick. Come on, it's a gateway drug.
I swear.
Try this
I don't
protein powder. I swear. The rains, the way they hit your lips.
No, I swear. But yeah, no, eventually I'd probably need someone. But I'm also super picky. So that's the only reason why I've been so hesitant to actually hire someone to edit all my YouTube. Like maybe I'll just like get all the content and then just send it out and let's see what they give me. But I'm like, I want things done a certain way. But also it's very pricey. So it's, again, you're investing in yourself once again. When I'm just starting to make money for myself, it's like, oh, we're throwing it out again. Like,
Yeah. Which
just
is
to grow better.
which and to be quite honest with you, I technically haven't made any money from this business yet. Technically, I've made money, but like technically speaking, you're sitting in an office. Like I say this in a lot of podcasts. People can't see past the cameras,
Right.
But you're sitting in an office worth a lot of money.
Right.
No one's purchased any of this from me. I've purchased all this myself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of videographers that work.
That's what I'm saying. You make the money and then it goes right back in
It goes
here.
right back into reinvesting,
Yep.
and that's important though. So like, there's a lot of people, videographers. There's a lot of people that would just be like, "Oh yeah, well, I work for this company. They bought me my camera, or they bought me the stabilizer, or they bought me this piece of equipment." And I'm like, "All right, that's cool." But like, when you guys part ways, they're gonna expect that equipment back,
Oh yeah. It's
or
not
you're
yours.
gonna have to work off the time, and you're not gonna get paid. So you wind up paying for it tenfold in another way. My opinion has always been, I don't need you to buy me shit. Don't buy me anything. Don't pay for anything.
Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
You got to take care of my invoice though. It's like when
Right.
you ask me why is the price this, why are we doing it?
Because I'm using this.
Because I'm using this
and
with this.
You got my time.
So the reinvesting is important, and reinvesting in your learning as well. So if you need, when we cut the cameras off, if you have questions about basic shit with editing, let me know. I use Final Cut very briefly for a little while. I was a Premiere guy for a long time, and now I use DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci's
You
my
told me Da Vinci, and
Yeah.
I always I feel like that's another thing that we can like circle back to like my following and stuff. I invested in a camera, and I feel like once I started getting pictures on a nice camera, like the DSLR, right?
Mhm.
That's correct.
You have a Sony?
Yeah, Sony the A7 III,
Nice.
eight, something like that.
Good camera. I have that's an S3, and that's an that's an A7 S3, and that's an R3 right there.
Okay, so that's one that I have, and I feel like that has caught so much more attention in terms of like quality and like hitting the algorithm or hitting the explore page. Like I can see which ones go, and it's definitely the ones that are in higher quality, better pictures. So like that's huge recommendation for people who want sponsorships. Like don't just go on your. I mean, I hate to say it because it's a lot of money that you're spending. Like I spent maybe $3,000 on my camera.
Yep. A7 III body is probably about 2 plus the lens.
The lens I spent like another 800 because it's a Sigma. So
Don't talk about that. No, we don't do.
No one
We
knows.
don't do Sigmas in this office.
Sorry.
We don't do Sigmas. We only shoot with Zeiss. We got Zeiss glass everywhere. Zeiss and G Masters. That's all we shoot in here.
Anyway, so again, I hate to tell people to invest $3,000 in a camera because of better pictures, but like at the end of the day, you're investing in yourself.
Yep. Yep.
And I don't think there's ever going to be a time that I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I'm making so much off influencing, because no, it's going right back into everything else.
And like I said already, I sound like a broken record. It needs to be.
Yes.
You need to reinvest. You need to just like, I don't want my landlord to hear. Just like with The Office, but whispering. Just like with The Office, and getting the bigger space. Like I'm very nervous right now. I'm very nervous.
I'm like a very positive person, so I'm going to send you all the positive vibes and be like, go for it.
I'm like neutral. I'm very positive. I could definitely be negative, and I try so hard not to because everyone says, "Oh, Nick, you're always so positive." And I go, "Yeah, you just see me behind closed doors sometimes when I'm just like in my feels, and a road bump comes, and it knocks me off my axis, and I just get nasty, not to people, but just to myself, and just I got to crack myself out of that. It's tough because I'm realistic, and
I used to be.
and I'm not saying that you're not realistic when you're ultra positive all the time.
I used to be like you. I used to be realistic.
I just know that XYZ can happen, but so can ABC. So it could be a negative or it could be a positive. So I sit in the middle. So I know that Tyler always says, stop thinking the worst things that could happen.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I constantly.
So, like, I'm a big believer in the law of attraction, so I always believe in the good, and it tends to come back to me. So, and that has started all the way from, like, when I was getting out of school, and I was like, oh, my God, I want to be a Big Four auditor. Like, I want to get there, and I ended up at the number one. So, which I was at Deloitte. Like, I was literally the number one accounting firm in the world, and I wanted it so bad, and I literally just, from then on, believed in the law of attraction, and it seems to be, like, hitting every time. It's like everything is, like, slowly, like, falling into place, and that's why I was, like, be positive, like, the entire time. Like, even if you want to believe in the realistic, and you're like, oh, but this could happen, no. Just, like, focus on that one goal, and I feel like it happens.
It does. No, you're 1,000% correct. You really are. I mean, Kai Green's saying for how many years, thoughts become things. It's
true, though.
It's so true.
I hate to, like, sound like a crazy person, but it's
Isn't that
true.
sad, though, that you sound like a crazy person by believing in that?
Yes.
And energy and
But it
actually
comes
projecting
back to
it
you,
out?
and that's the only reason why I project it out, because I know it'll come back. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Get the space.
No, I know. I have to, because I know that there'll be a lot more good out of that can come.
Yeah.
There's more space for me to do product videography and product photography, because in here, I'm slammed. Like, I push all my shit to the edge of the wall, and I don't have enough room. Like, I bring these backdrops down to do actual stuff on the table and this and that. And I just, without the windows too, it becomes a less creative, welcoming spot.
I was gonna say you don't even have like natural light in here.
Yeah, no. I never know what time of day it is outside. When I was editing
Oh my
before
God,
the
you're
dog,
right.
before the dog and before I'd look at like time and shit like that, when I first got this office, I would sit in here from like 8 in the morning until 1, 2 in the morning. And I would just like be here because I didn't have to leave anywhere for the dog. So I would just be here and I would like walk outside. I'm like, oh shit. And I'd turn my phone off, do not disturb. My mom would be like, where the fuck are you? This is when I still lived at home.
Wow.
I'm like, oh yeah. You know,
I'm working.
I'm working, you know, kind of like what I did in my room. Just now I'm in a different place. So it becomes tough. It becomes tough. I try to remain so positive. I do. I really do. I promise. I try to. And I'm going to work. This is my verbal commitment. I'm going to work on it.
Okay.
I'm going to work on it.
I also feel like it got 10 times better once I quit my job. Like, I'm super positive now. Like, I just keep everything, like, thinking of the best. And, like, I wish people the best, too. It's, like, very weird. I've, like, turned into this different person. I used to be, like, so serious, like, realistic. I was like, oh, but this could happen. And, like, that's where my anxiety kicked in, which that's gone, too. I left work and I have no anxiety. Like, I'm the happiest person ever. Like, everyone quit their job. That's the best thing ever.
A little fucking jealous right now. No anxiety, huh? What's this pit in the middle of my chest constantly?
No, I don't. I used to have really bad anxiety, especially during prep. Now, nothing. It's like, yeah, good things, all good things. So I'll send you the best.
She's sending me the vibes. So let me ask you this. In terms of where you see yourself going now, like, do you see an end goal or are you just enjoying the ride as it comes?
That I don't see an end goal.
Love that. I was
It's
hoping
just
you were
like,
going to say that.
Yeah, no. I'm just really just enjoying the ride and like appreciating every opportunity that comes my way. And I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this is going like great. But again, I'm not like bragging. It's just like, cool. This is awesome. That's just kind of how I take it. Every opportunity, I'm just like, yep, works for me. Like,
I want you to take that out of your speaking points too. I don't want
Right.
you to say, I'm not bragging, because people are going to think what they're going to think.
oh yeah.
But you've earned this and you're earning it constantly and you're working for it. So don't ever say I'm not bragging, because it should just be known that you're not. You're just speaking what exactly is going on. You're speaking things into existence and you're allowing whatever else is going to come.
Right. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I literally busted my ass in school. Like, I rushed all my degrees to just work and make money. And now I have student loans. I have debt. But, like, now I'm just, like, doing something completely different. And it was, like, an eye-opener and a life changer. Actually, you want to know the real reason why I quit my job?
Tell me.
Again, it was the whole busy seasons part. But then I got on a phone with the owner of Wolfpack. And he told me...
That's a backpack?
That's the backpack.
Okay.
That's the
Just wanna
backpack,
make sure.
the army backpack.
Yeah.
We got on a call, and it was just like really like an introduction call. And he told me I was working a 9 to 5. And all of a sudden, I got like a terminal illness. He was like, I only had like a month to live. Dog okay?
Yeah, he yawned.
Okay. He's like, I got a terminal illness. He's like, I only had a month to live. He's like, I think he has 2 little girls. He told me he saw his life like flash before his eyes. He was like, damn, I worked a 9 to 5. I was miserable this entire time. All of a sudden now I'm going to die type of thing. And then he was like, and then he survived it. He's totally fine now. And he's like, you know what? I quit my job and I started something that I absolutely love. And Wolfpack is blowing up now. And I was like, damn, I don't want that to happen to me. I was like, I do not want to wait for something tragic to happen to be like, oh, this is what I really want to do and do it. So, and that's another reason why I was just like, you know what? Accounting can come and go. I can go back to it. I can go be a bookkeeper. I can do whatever I want. I have all my degrees. Like, I have a name for myself. Even if, like, influencing doesn't work, like, I still have a great resume.
And you're 24?
And I'm 24.
You're 24?
So I was like, let me go try something that I actually really like doing and actually have, like, an inspiration for and a love for, and that's really, like, the fitness world. And it's been good ever since.
I love that.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome. I love that. And shouts to Wolf. I mean, I don't
Wolfpack,
know him. I don't know I just
Great guy.
learned about the brand. What's his name? Did I just put you on the spot?
Yeah.
I just put you on the spot. It's okay. No. I'm like that too. Sorry. So shouts to Wolfpack. My bad. I've with all the reins. So when are you? Is it secretive or when do you officially?
The 14th.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like a secret thing.
No, it's not a secret.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't like announced it on my like Instagram or anything. So I'll let you
Breaking
kinda-
ground right here on Rizology.
I haven't announced it. No, but yeah, the 14th we are leaving.
Good. That's awesome.
So
I think it's gonna be a nice start for both of you. Seriously, a nice start in a fresh new area.
I think it's gonna be great for content too. Just in terms of like we're not gonna have a winter, so like content all year round. It's not like we're stuck in the apartment and there's snow and all that good stuff. But no more pizza, no more pasta.
I'll send you
no,
some
no
down.
more
Don't worry.
bull-
You guys hit Nick up. I'll ship it down to you. You tell me you want a little Vincent's pizza. I'll ship it down. We'll be okay.
Honestly, I really don't like Vincent's. I'll
You don't
be
like Little
straight
Vincent's?
up on this podcast.
That's okay. That's okay. So, what's your
Overrated.
favorite? It's not the best pizza on Long Island, that's for sure. What's your favorite pizza? If you had to pick one spot, we're post podcast. All right, cutting the cameras off. We want to go get pizza right now.
Oh my god, I think it was New Hyde Park. New Hyde Park Pizza.
Okay. Park Pizza.
That one was like right across from Natural Body, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, their pizza was amazing.
All the Brooklyn pizza's good.
I want to say that was like my top choice.
Okay.
Second is like Cipollini over here.
Yeah, a little bar pizza.
Yeah. What was my third? Oh, La Pizza. No, La Piazza
La Piazza. Yeah.
in Merrick.
Merrick. The Merrick one.
That's my third.
That's a good one. I'll tell you what, Rose's Pizza in Huntington, they got some wild shit going on there. I love it.
Really?
Yeah, they have all kinds of wild flavors. It's very hard when I'm walking Kenji late at night to just like not look in and drool and just keep walking like this because it's right there. It's so easy. It's just right there. And then he always drags
Damn.
me. He always drags me in because for some reason, for a dog that's never had pizza, if I have a slice of pizza in my hand, he's the most attentive. You would think that he's like drill sergeant status. He's like, "What do you want me to do? You want me to sit? You want me to run? You want me to stay? What do you want me to do? Just let me get a bite." Like
It's the cheese.
he doesn't like he eats it cheese, but he doesn't go crazy over it.
Really?
Something about pizza. I'll walk him past Little Vincent's Pizza late at night.
Yeah.
People have pizza in their hands. Every person he stops and looks at them. Which one? Which one? Can I get a bite?
I feel like one day you just have to give him a slice and see what happens.
I
I know you're a raw feeder. I get it.
I'm such a weirdo with the dog and what I give him. I'm always like, is there garlic in it? Is there onions? What did you
My-
cook this with?
My dog has a meal plan, so it's okay.
I love that.
My dog has a meal plan. I cook him ground beef like every day.
That's awesome. I mean, except for the cost of ground beef, but that's awesome.
Target. Remember we
You
talked
did.
about
You told
this?
me she's the plug. Target is the plug. You're the plug
That's
for telling me.
always the plug.
Okay.
I've literally looked up who's the cheapest like supermarket. You can literally go around from like BJ's, Costco. I mean, no other like than New York has this, but like Target is the cheapest one.
I remember that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm gonna be there later today.
Yeah, you'll save some money.
I'm gonna be there later today.
And they have Target has the 3-pound ground beef, which is like I think $18.
Oh, it's perfect.
But like that's enough for them. I mean,
for them. Yeah.
yeah, I give like one to Rocky a day, so like a pound with each meal.
Okay. Damn, your dog's eating a lot.
Bro, he's 65 pounds in 5 months.
Okay, so Kenji's got 12 pounds on him right now, 13 pounds on him right now, and he's gonna
Yeah, but he's been gaining 5 pounds by the week,
he's gonna blow
or like
past.
by the 2 weeks. Yeah.
He's not heavy either. He's lean.
No, he's lean.
Yeah,
That's the worst part. He's not full grown at all. He's gonna be a big boy.
that's gonna be awesome. Listen, plug yourself. How can people get in touch with you? How can people follow the journey if they're not following already?
Oh yeah.
Plug yourself. No, say it. What's your Instagram? What's everything? Plug yourself. That's what I
was
mean.
just,
Like,
like,
what's your
waving.
Instagram name? Shout outs to anybody, stuff
Oh.
like that.
My Instagram, Sabrina Nic _fit. I hate Sabrina Nic fit was already taken. Sabrina Nic was already taken. So Sabrina Nic _fit. And then yeah, that's really it. That's everything. So I'm Sabrina Nic and Nick.
And Nick. Yeah, so I thought when we were filming the other day, she kept introducing me. She kept saying, "Hi, Sabrina Nic here." And I thought she was saying Sabrina and Nick. And I was looking at her. I'm like, why are you talking about the guy behind the camera? I'm like, you don't have
So
to.
even after we filmed the last shot, you were like, she still said.
I'm like, yo,
still
she has said
Nick.
my name on every take. What is going on here? You don't have to tell people I'm here.
I love how you didn't put together.
I didn't. I had no idea. I just always know Sabrina. And when I type in your name on Instagram, if I have to go to your page, Sabrina. I never even looked at the rest of it.
Oh, we didn't even touch upon why I never put my last name.
Let's do it real quick.
Oh, it was literally because of my job. I did not want people knowing my LinkedIn and my Instagram. So that's why I've kept it hidden and everyone knows me as Sabrina Nic. Like my last name is Nick. It is not. It is McGreeny. I can do that now.
She blew it.
I can do that now.
Oh, you can? Okay.
I can because
'cause
I'm
you're not accounting anymore.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have like a regular job.
Hi, Kenji.
Kenji,
What are you doing?
what a bear.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get you some food. You want to go out?
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at his face. Do you want to go out?
All right. Shout out to all my supporters. I hope you guys see this and enjoy it. I'll try to do more YouTubes or maybe a podcast now.
She's gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna give her some basic tips on how to start a podcast. She's gonna start her own podcast.
All right. Sounds good.
I think that's imperative. I think that's important.
And we'll see you guys in Florida.
Yes, she'll see you guys in Florida. This is episode 35 with.
With Kenji.
Wow, you're just gonna give the outro for me? Okay. With Sabrina Nic
And yeah.
and Nick. I appreciate for real. I do appreciate you stopping by,
course,
chopping it up with me.
Of course. Hell yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
When I'm in Florida, we're definitely gonna link up.
Yes.
And then obviously I'll see you until you leave. So
Yes.
I'll see you there every night.
Yep.
Every-
I'll be there tonight. So
I'm gonna be there tonight too with Tyre. I'm gonna be training legs, but I have to make sure that the gauze stays in my booty because of the booty surgery. Oh yeah, we're open here. I told him, guess what? By the
booty surgery.
side note, the booty surgeon's coming on the podcast.
Okay, again, not for a BBL.
No. It's for stuff not as fun as that. You're gonna bump my camera. Excuse me. Come over here, big head. Yeah, when I had my follow-up appointment with him a couple days ago. I was like, I'm literally leaving. I go, yo, Doc, you want to come on the podcast, talk about my butt surgery? He goes, yeah, done. Okay, great.
That's awesome.
His assistant took all my information down. She goes, let us know when you want him on. I go, okay, cool.
Wow.
So,
Love it.
Listen, we're transparent. So I got to put some fresh gauze in there, and we'll come train legs tonight. And hopefully that works out. But once again, I appreciate everybody listening. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you,
course,
Kenji,
guys.
for hitting
Thank
this
you for
outro.
listening.
And on that note, peace.
Bye.